What is up, guys? Tugi here, back again. This is Rebuilding Hockey Town live on Twitch. As for those of you watching live, you already know it. I love you for being here. And for those watching on YouTube after the fact, again, what's the matter with you? You should have been here. You should have been here to enjoy what I'm sure will be just another great episode with no frustration, no disappointments. No, it's just going to be smooth sailing. And we're going to finally win the goddamn cup like we should have over the past 4 years. We have a 99 rated everything team. If we lose this year, if we don't win this year, I will lose my goddamn mind. I will lose my mind. Like, this team is pretty damn ridiculous. We are having the issue of Nico Hischier having low morale. We are having the issue of, the bottom six is a little bit weak, but you do have some good potentials in there. Defensively, it's incredible. We are trying to balance certain players playing out of their role. We'll see what we can do. Anyway, my God, let's just get this going. The series that was supposed to die 4 seasons ago has continued thanks to one Sam Boleries and thanks to one Sam Dundas. And we'll see if we eventually find out what their true potential is, or if I end this series in shame and end it a tad bit early just because it's not exactly working out for us. We'll see, man. No guarantees. All I know is that we have to sim through yet another season. I can't handle any more disappointment. We went from winning 56 games to, I believe, 60 last year. My memory may fail me just because we go through a lot of different modes, even throwaways on Twitch. So yeah, man, we need to win. That's all I can say. We need to win. This needs to be our year, or I might just get rid of a lot of goddamn people. That's a possibility at this point, because there's only so many times you could put together a super team and fail before you start to think maybe a different approach is the right way to go. Now, I'm not saying we're going to be trading Connor McDavid or any franchise level players anytime soon, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I'm rambling because I have nothing to talk about. Nothing to talk about as we sim through the season here. I will be intrigued, though, to see if our AHL team, the Grand Rapids Griffins, can make the playoffs yet again. The most successful AHL team we have ever had in a season. Or in a series, even. Boy, words, they're tough. Words are tough. You get the point, man. I'm just anxious. Because we need to win. We need to win. This season cannot be a disappointment. And so far, it's going all right. We have a pretty damn good record. We'll see if that continues. We will see if that continues. Man, having to take care of the scouting is a pain in the ass. And really, it's just adding to how long this is taking to get through. But that's all right. That's all right. We're winning. Everything's fine. Although at the end of this month, I will probably, and I should have checked already to see if anybody's unhappy with their ice time, and right now that injury to Damian Finley will give us the opportunity to look. So, defense, defense. Fleury or Sandbrook? Fleury or Sandbrook? Let's go with Jordan Sandbrook, because, just because. That's really the only reason. So, as far as players being happy with their ice time, Sam Boleries is alright. Connor McDavid's alright. Mo Tippett's alright. We're fine there. Harold Wall complained a bit about a month ago or so, but hasn't complained since. Everybody else seems to be happy, at least on the offensive side of things, so that's good. On defense, Nick Hague isn't happy. Alright, so Harold Wall, Nick Hague, and what about Ivy Smithson? Ivy, are you happy? No, you are not. All right, so Haig, Smithson, and Wall. They need a little bit more ice time. Although, I don't see why Haig and Smithson are complaining, really. But, alright. I don't really understand why they're complaining. But that's okay. So, Haig, Smithson, and Wall. I don't remember. Wall's a lefty, I know that much. Penalty kill. Penalty kill. So we'll put Smithson on the PK. We will put him on the penalty kill. I don't know why Haig is unhappy. We will have to figure out that mystery. God. So Haig, Smithson, and Wall. I don't want to put Wall on the penalty kill. So let's go to the 4v4 lines. And of course, Smithson has time there. Wall has time there as well. Wall just needs to man up. Why is he complaining? Just man up. Quit your bitching. You're on a super team. You're on a super team. Why would you complain right now when there's a chance of you winning the cup? So we'll take out Hronik in favor of Wall. Wall. Where is Harold Wall? His name's Harold, isn't it? Hey, Harold Wall. There you go. Oh, God. So what do we want to do? What do we want to do? You know what? I know what we want to do. We'll put Wall there. We'll put... nope, we won't. We won't do that at all. We'll leave him right there. We'll leave him right there. And hopefully, that'll stop people from complaining about ice time. Maybe. Hopefully. We'll see. I'm glad I caught those players early, though. Like I said, I probably should have done it a tad bit sooner. Goddamn scouting. Like, I know I'm only scouting for a week at a time, but that's all that's really required when you're talking about 5 players in that region. And even then, I'll only get information on 2 of them, if I'm lucky. So that's going to be a bit annoying. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Jordan Sambrook, you are out of the lineup, sir. Not for Cale Fleury, but for one Damian Finley, and hopefully he doesn't get injured again. It'd be nice to avoid injuries this season. He's going to get injured right here, isn't he? There's a pause. That has me worried. No, okay, we're good. Hey, I was wrong for once. I made an assumption, and for once, I was wrong. It happens. It happens to all of us. I may be a goddamn franchise wizard, but even I am wrong on occasion. It happens. 16-6-2. The regular season. To be honest, I could have just simmed through the entire... Well, never mind. I was about to say things are going all right. I could have simmed through the entire regular season, more than likely, and, you know, just been fine, basically. I could have simmed through the entire damn season and not had much of an issue. Is Kondratiev... who the hell is Mikhail Kondratiev? I didn't even recognize signing this guy, to be honest. Huh. Who the hell do I want to call up here, then? I guess we'll call up Celios. Point being, I could have probably simmed through the entire regular season and just gotten to the playoffs. That's when it's going to be interesting, after all. And it's a guarantee with this team that we are going to the playoffs. Celios is a defensive D-man, so he might not be the best guy to replace somebody who has power play time and stuff like that. So, yeah, that might not have been the right call. We will put Cale Fleury into the lineup, though. And we'll leave it like that because I don't feel like wasting too much time with the roster. Grand Rapids is struggling. That's a bit surprising to me. Just a little bit. Just a tad bit surprising. But hopefully they can turn it around. The goddamn scouting again. What a pain. What a pain. The Extra Liga for 1 week. Your terrible, terrible defenseman. And here I am saying nothing's going to stop us now. It's boring. We're going to win every game. And then we go and lose 3 out of 4. You never know what's going to happen. You never know, but that's all right. It's all right. We will keep marching forward. We're going to make the playoffs. Like, that's not even a question. With this team, we're a playoff team. It's just a matter of seeding and who we end up facing in the first round. I said I didn't want to play Montreal for the third year in a row. But part of me wants to. We need that bit of vengeance. We need to gain a measure of revenge because I have a feeling we're not going to find any success until we finally beat the Habs. But, then again, losing to them 3 years in a row might not be the most fun option. Might not be that much fun. I don't want to play Pittsburgh either. Fair point. Fair point. I don't even know if he who shall not be named is still there. He probably is, given his contract, but you never know. You never know. Let's get Ivy Smithson. Wow, we are not even in first in the division. Holy shit, Toronto. Huh. Well, I did not expect that. 25-6-6 for the Leafs. For the Leaves, the Toronto Maple Leaves. That is scary. Like, really fucking scary. But alright. Wow. Okay, well, we might have a challenge on our hands. We'll see if they can keep that up. I have confidence that... I haven't looked at their team, obviously. We will go look at their team. I have confidence that we can keep up this pace. I don't have confidence that they can keep up that pace. I might feel differently once I look at their team. We'll see. For now, I need to make sure I set up Grand Rapids with the best lines possible. That way we have the best chance to win. Because we need to make the playoffs, damn it. So, again, let's get this team set up in the best way possible. How's the goaltending doing? Pavlikovsky is awful. Dundas isn't doing too bad, too poorly. But auto-rotate is screwing us over a little bit. Let me take a look again at player morale. Just to see if anybody is complaining. And thankfully, no forwards are complaining about ice time. I think Nick Hague is still unhappy, though. Let's see. Indeed, Nick Hague is not happy. So what I'm going to have to do is we're going to put Hague on the top pairing. We'll have Hronek with Dahlin. And then Hronek's already on the power play? Not anymore. So now we'll take Hague off of the power play. And we'll put Hronek back. And we should be okay. Hopefully. I say hopefully because there's no guarantee. But that is the hope. So we'll actually swap Boleris and Dahlin. Yeah, we'll do it that way. The power play unit's a jumbled mess, but that's okay. I should probably look to see. Boleris is doing alright. McDavid's doing alright. Tippett, 26 points isn't bad. The second line, doing alright. Third line isn't... You know, they're not producing at a tremendous rate. Like, they're decent offensively, though. They should be doing a little bit better. And then the fourth line, Trent Celios, is a third line guy. That's going to be a problem. That's going to be a problem. He hasn't complained about ice time yet. But soon. very, very soon he will. And actually, because I think Enroth has PK time, doesn't he? Enroth. Nope, I'm remembering incorrectly. It's Hamhuis that has PK time. As he should. He has a 5-star defense. But what I'm going to do is give Enroth the penalty kill time. And then we're going to swap him and Celios. And we'll see how well that works out. Hopefully it does. Keeping this team together and just keeping this team happy up until the playoffs is the challenge this season. I need to go look at the Leafs. I was going to continue. I need to go look at what the Toronto Maple Leafs look like this season. How do they have that record? How? How is that possible? Let's find out. Let's find out. So, Toronto. Who do they have? Eli Tolvanen. Austin Matthews, William Nylander, Kyle Grundstrom, Mitch Marner, Kirby Reichel, Sean Couturier, Antoine Wakehead. Yeah, I mean, it's not bad. They have Rich Cavallo, a former player of ours. On defense, Morgan Riley, Artem Manulin, former star of Draft to Glory, Connor Carrick, Lance Delmas, who I thought we drafted. I know we drafted a Delmas at some point. Who's the goalie? That has to be the difference maker. Calvin Pickard and Kyle Guerrero are the two goalies, and they're both doing very well. I don't understand how they have that record. I really don't. Like, Tolvanen having 33 goals through 37 games definitely helps. Yeah, that definitely helps. 33 goals in 37 games. Good Lord. But, yeah, I don't quite understand. I don't quite understand that record. But that's okay. That's okay. We shall move on. 35 games down. What will we look like by the All-Star break? Again, I have to make sure I at least do my due diligence. Easy for me to say. To make sure that the players are happy. So that we don't have any morale crises that could throw this team into a bit of a downward spiral. If one player is unhappy, then two players are unhappy, and it's just a pain in the ass, and then Jesper Enroth gets hurt anyway. Great. And it's only for like a couple of days, I think. Who the hell do we want to call up here? Depth forward, it might as well be Sergei Malkin. Might as well call him up. It's all good. It's all good. And we'll put him in on the fourth line with a couple of grinders. The sniper playing with the grinders, but that's all right. And then, down in the AHL. I think it's Tokarski that gets put into the lineup. Is he the best guy? Yes, he is. It's him or Prince. We will put in Tokarski. We still have Anton Lander there as our veteran guy. Let's go. Come on. Let's keep winning games. We have a huge game against Toronto. Hockey night in Canada. Can we beat them? I certainly hope so. And we did. We beat them 2-1. See, that's what I'm talking about. I'm not scared of Toronto. I'm not scared of Eeli Tolvanen. 33 goals in 37 games. That's unsustainable. Who the hell do you think you are? You're not Owen Tippett. You're not Andrei Svechnikov. You're not Mario Lemieux. It's unsustainable. We play Montreal, and we beat Montreal 7-3. See, we're winning all the big games. We didn't beat the Bruins. Granted, we beat them in the postseason last year, so it's fine. But, it's all good. How did Malkin do in his few games? 1 goal on 10 shots. Congratulations, Sergei, but you are going right back down to the minors. It is not your time. It will be soon. He's probably going to be on our third line as soon as next season. But not right now. Goddamn freaking menus glitching out and shit. And Roth, you're back in. Congratulations. Welcome back. And then Roy Tokarski. Roy Tokarski is out for one Sergei Malkin. We'll put him back on the top line. Let's go and actually we're going to bump Kaminsky up to the top line. Because that is the better way to go. That is the better way to go. Moving on. I just want to get through this season. I just want to get to the postseason, see who we're playing. I just want to win a cup. That's all. That's all. I just want to win another cup. We've won 3, I believe, maybe 4 in this series. We've won like 6 Calder Cups. We've had a lot of success, but it has been a while, pretty much ever since, we lost 3 straight games. Ever since we drafted the franchise level players, we have struggled to win championships. Coincidence? Probably. Because our teams have still been incredible through the past few seasons. Unfortunately, by the way, it's not looking like the Griffins are going to make the playoffs again. Their era of dominance has come to a close. And you could say that about both teams, really. It's been a while since either club has won anything. But, again, we will continue to march forward towards this postseason. Rebuilding Hockey Town, where the regular season just doesn't matter at this point. It just doesn't matter. It's all about the postseason. It's all about winning cups. And in the meantime, I sit here and struggle to find something to say and to talk about while we actually sim through the season. I'm not going to say what I was about to say in regards to, injuries. No comment on injuries. No, EA, trust me, I'm not tempting fate here. I'm not saying anything about how lucky we've been to avoid injuries. I'm not saying anything. Not at all. This is going to be scouting related. Indeed it is. Indeed it is. Defense will go 2 weeks. That is fine. That is fine. Why is this still called Rebuilding Hockey Town when it's been rebuilt already? Fair point. Fair point. I mean, once you have a name, though, you just kind of have to stick with it, don't you? You just kind of have to stick with it. Toronto, you scrubs, you got caught. And the Red Wings are back in first place with 20 games to go, but it is a pretty close race. It is a pretty damn close race, and I'm just saying, at the moment, the Habs aren't in the playoffs. Just saying. Hopefully it stays that way, but I'm just saying. Let's take a look here really quick. Unfortunately, actually, no, wow. We are 1 point above Toronto with 2 games at hand, so that's looking good. That's looking pretty good. We are in a good spot at the moment to take a decent lead with that division lead. But I need to look at the team. Who is unhappy at this point? What kind of progression have we seen? That is the question. Boleris isn't happy about performance, but he's fine with ice time. McDavid's happy. Tippett's happy. Cavalier's fine. Hish is fine. Just the whole recent individual performance BS. Alright. Trent Selios not happy about ice time. Jesus Christ. He's gone from a depth forward to a second line guy in just about half a season. 3/4 of a season. Holy shit. Wow. Alright, well, that's what I was talking about. Certain progression can really screw us over. Enroth hasn't complained about ice time, so that's good. I nearly dropped my controller. Daryl Hamhughes is fine. Kenny Edmonds is fine. So, Trent Selios. We have a problem in trying to keep him happy, and Boleris being taken off the power play is pretty much the only option. I mean, Nico has to be there. It's McDavid, Tippett, or Boleris that gets pulled off the power play unit at this point. Now, to be honest, it might have to be Owen Tippett. I mean, Boleris with his power play time isn't doing much. People might think I'm insane, but here's the thing. He's not getting any better at this point, and he's still getting first-line minutes. So I'm going to take Boleris. I'm going to take Boleris off the power play unit. We'll bring in Trent Selios. As far as right-handed shots, we have them in abundance. And we'll leave Selios there on the right side with Lilia and Nico Hischier. Actually, Dahlin and Hronik, that's fine. Sylvan was happy. We'll leave it. We'll leave it the same from there. But Trent Selios has power play time, and we should be all right. We should be all right. My God. So, at the moment, we're still in a good spot. 100 offense, 99 defense, 99 goaltending. And actually, let me check the AHL really quickly. Again, we need to keep this team happy. We get to the postseason. And from there, we just go with the best lines possible. Power play and PK included. Because at that point, we don't have to care about player morale because the team will change heading in the next season. Anyway, because odds are we won't be able to keep this many people happy. Again, the start of next season, people are going to have to go because we're not going to be able to keep everybody happy. But for now, we should be able to keep this team somewhat stabilized. Unless Tiny Gray turns into a third-line guy. Jesus. All right. How am I going to survive this now? Oh my god. Okay. Okay. So somebody has to go. That's been established. Somebody has to go. Let me go check trade values to try and make this happen, but good lord. Good lord, how am I going to survive this one? So forwards, Tiny Gray does have more value than Hamhuis. He has more value than Enroth. Kenny Edmonds. Paris is not great. He's an 87, but he's probably not going to improve by that much. He's pretty much Benoit Garou, right? Like at this point, it's very clear he's going to be what Benoit Garou was, which is just, a third line shutdown guy. The problem is he's not the best center. He's not the best center, so he might be the guy worth trading. He might be the guy worth trading. Edmonds is fine as a fourth liner because we can't afford to get rid of our fourth liners. Edmonds and Hamhuis, they have to stay for now because otherwise we just can't. God, we just can't keep everybody happy. So Enroth, it has to be Paris. Yes, he's an 87. Yes, he'll be a good third line guy. But as far as value goes, it's not even close. He has to be the one to go. He has to be, which really sucks. But it is what it is, and we will get rid of him. Let me take a look here. 21 wins for Arizona. Is there anybody lower than that? 21 wins for Dallas. Anybody lower than 21 wins? 6. Wow, the Sharks are awful. Holy shit. And how are they that bad, too, when they have that big of a cap hit? So you know that they have good players. But let's... God, they have a half-decent team, too. How are they that bad? How are they that bad? But anyway, Paris is going. Again, I need Edmonds. I need Hamhuis for that fourth line. I need those fourth line guys here because they're happy with playing on the fourth line, right? I can't afford to trade those two. I won't be able to keep everybody happy. The good thing is, as it stands, the Sharks do want to trade their first pick. We are going to have to take a player back. I'll just take back some AHL level scrub like Alex Pietrangelo. No. Although I could actually take back Alex Pietrangelo or Cam Fowler. Scott Wilson's a fourth line guy, no thank you. Benzia. Sure. We'll take Benzia back. Lucrezia. Yeah, fuck it. We'll take him back. It's fine. It's fine. And then from there, actually, they don't have any prospects I'd want at this point, do they? Not really. Van de Velde, but he's not great. And Avery, but he's not great. So we'll just get this guy and then cut him at the end of the year. So let's get this deal over with. My God, I didn't expect to have to trade Paris, but it's happening. It is happening. Do I have any unsigned players? I do. It's Moran. He's an enforcer, so we'll still keep him. So we'll use draft picks, which... I mean, we already have Arizona's first. As far as draft picks go, like, we're not looking that great. I mean, we'll still end up with the Arizona pick and San Jose's pick here. So that'll be good. I'm going to safety net it with 2 4th-round picks. How about 1 4th-round pick? Straight up. Still no. Okay. Worth checking. Worth checking. Let's add a 4th and a 5th. What do you say to that? Sweeten it just a touch. We are close. We are close. So that's good. Paris has to go. We'll give up a second and a couple of scrub picks for their first pick, which should be pretty damn good. I don't expect Paris to be able to turn their season around. That will go through. See you later, Paris. It was nice knowing you. Tiny Gray will become the next member of this team because of unreal progression. So Benzia will be sent down. I wouldn't mind losing him to waivers. That, of course, is not going to happen. And now I need to take a look at this entire team. So really quick, let me go best lines. We're going to have to completely rework the power play. We're going to have to completely rework the power play, which really sucks. And will be time consuming, but we have to do what we have to do. And then we will put Tokarski back in the lineup. That is why we kept him. So, really quickly, Right-handed shots, we have Kolosov, Kearns. Do we have another righty? We don't, so Malkin's fine over there. And as far as lefties go, Lander actually dropped a point. What a bastard. We'll drop, actually no, we'll keep Kearns there. Yoshimura, Lander, Martikainen, Kaminsky. We'll bump up Krog instead. And even Corvo because he still has value. And at the moment, the AHL team is looking alright. Nolan Scarlett, by the way, is up to an 82. He is a monster. An absolute monster. He might just make the NHL. Maybe. And we have Celios and Finley, Kuleshov and Peterson, who I imagine... I thought their plus-minus would be brutal. Apparently not. And of course, Dundas is up to an 81. Alright. So those teams are set. Now I get to go through the joy of trying to set up the power play unit and all that just to make sure that everybody's happy. Which, man, easier said than done at this point. So, our top players. So what is that? 40 points for Nico. McDavid and Tippett, you know, are going to be point producers. How's Bolleries doing? So if I compare these two players directly, who would I rather go with? I mean, Nico is probably better point-wise, but Nico's also the better center. So we'll put Bolleries over there. You have Hischier as a first-line guy. Wall, thankfully, is still a second-line guy, as is Lilia, but so is LeCavalier. So Enroth is a third, Lilia's a second, Celios is a second. Jesus. Man. And somebody has to play on the third line. Which, who that's going to be, I have no idea. I mean, it's either going to be Gray or Enroth. It'd probably be better if it's Enroth. So then, the third line, do we have anybody that can play center? Celios, kind of. The third line will be Gray, Celios, and Lilia. Edmonds, Hamhuis, and Enroth as the fourth line. Right. So how... Oh, how the hell am I going to keep everybody happy? So LeCavalier should be fine. Nico needs that extra time. Wall should be happy. Gray, god damn it, I hate this menu system. Gray should be fine. Trent needs a bit more time. Lilia needs more time. And then Enroth as well would need more ice time. And that's just for forwards. But those four guys have to feature prominently on the power play to keep them happy. And then on defense, we will still go with Haig and Sylvan, because that keeps them happy. And then we have Hronek and Rasmus Dahlin again. Jesus, man. 20 goals, 1 assist. This guy, how? He has 92 passing. But every year, every goddamn year, look at that. Since he's joined the NHL. It's unbelievable. This guy is absurd as a defenseman. My God. He has 12 assists in the past 6 to 7 years. 12. But he's scored. Oh my God. What the hell, man? He takes more shots than Alex Ovechkin does in a season. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. But anyway, Hronek and Dahlin also need the bump in ice time. So Hronek, Dahlin, and then Smithson as well is going to need that little bit of an extra ice time. But we're looking all right. Actually, how good of a shot does Haig have? Haig has a really powerful shot, but it doesn't even compare to Sylvan's. Not even close. Not even close. Okay. So, the power play. Here's where it gets to be fun. So we need Nico. We need Lilia, Enroth, and Trent. Right. So the first guy to take out would be LeCavalier. Damn it. Alright, so we need Trent. We'll take out Wall next for Lilia, and then I could probably give Enroth power play time or penalty kill time to keep him happy. I'm gonna go power play time too, and I'm gonna take out Sam Bolleries again because he has that top line time. So Enroth is in. Right. Then on defense we need Hronek, Dahlin, and Smithson. So we'll take Haig out, and we'll go with Smithson. God damn. Okay, I think we're good. This is the right combination of players. Absolutely. So, the top power play unit will be Tippett, McDavid, Nico. With... Actually, man, then again, should I... You know what? Second line power play time, or second unit power play time. You know what? No, hold on. Who's a lefty and who's a righty? So Lilia's a righty. Celios is also a righty. So let's go. Wow, we're gonna have Enroth on that unit, huh? Unbelievable, unbelievable. I think that's the way to do it. Maybe. Hopefully they're happy with that, man. Hopefully. Jesus. Like, they should be happy with second line power play time. I would hope. I mean, if they're not, I don't know what to do. So, they better be. And you know what? Here, we'll do it that way. We will do it that way. And let's have, yeah, let's just set it up that way, I guess, man. Whatever. They should be happy. That's all I'm saying. If they're not, fuck them at this point. Anyway, Smithson also needs power play time. It's funny that it always puts Sylvan, Rollo, whatever, on the second unit. It's weird how it does that, and I don't know why. The penalty kill. So Hronek, Dahlin, Smithson. Hronek, Dahlin. That should be fine, I would hope, especially with Enroth having the power play time and Lilia having the power play time. So we'll just go with that for now. And we'll hope for the best. I'll just hope that these damn players don't complain. So we're not going to be making any trades, obviously. So let's just try to move forward. We're trying to keep this team intact until we get to the postseason. And then once players start complaining about ice time, fuck them. And we'll trade them next year. So let's get to the end of the season, damn it. There won't be any playoffs in this episode, unfortunately. We'll begin that run next time out because this has already taken much, much longer than I planned. So let's just get through the season, and of course we lose our first two games after making the trades. Thomas Shemich. Yeah, we don't want you. We don't want you. We don't need you. We've lost 3 straight games. We've lost 4 straight games. Do we want to piss away the division title? 4 straight losses because we traded Paris. God damn it. How the hell does that work? Can we make it 5? No, we at least beat the New York Islanders, thankfully. But good lord, man. What is up with that 4-game losing? We probably pissed away the division title. If I had to guess, as I thought that was going to be an injury to the main team, it's Vitaly Kaminsky. We'll just have the assistant coach replace him. Grand Rapids, they'll be missing the playoffs again, which is a real disappointment. Magnus, here comes the injury barrage. Here it comes. Here it comes. Fucking batten down the hatches. It's about to get fun. Call up Malkin again. Good lord. Oh my god. Okay, well, on the bright side, we can at least move Enroth up, and we'll play Malkin on the 4th line. And then for his replacements, who the fuck knows? Do we even have another forward to replace him? We have Jokinen or Benzia. We're going to be getting rid of... Well, Jokinen, he's under an AHL deal, so he's stuck there. So we'll just drop him down to the 4th line. Let's, again, just try to get the best lines we possibly can. They're going to miss the playoffs, which, again, really does suck. It really does. But there's nothing we can do about it at this point. There is nothing we can do about it at this point. But that's looking good as far as lines go. Alright, come on. Let's win the majority of our final few games here. No 60-win season, despite this team being better, you could argue, than our team last year, we're not going to win 60 games. Which I can't say I'm extremely surprised by, but still, I didn't expect this year to be a step back. And at this point, you can definitely consider it to have been a step back. But we'll go with that. Oh, we'll go with that at this point. Oh my god, so many pop-ups. So many pop-ups. Alright, Malkin. We're not even going to play you. We'll play these next 2 games, and hopefully Lilia doesn't get pissed. I'll take the risk. I will take the risk. Hopefully Lilia didn't miss a game and isn't pissed off. We are tied with Toronto with 9 games to go. Whew. Oh, man, we need home ice, too. We need it. We're going to need it. If we don't need it now, we are going to need home ice advantage. Lilia is still not 100%, but I'm willing to risk it at this point, just that I don't have to edit anything more. So again, Enroth will swap you over, and we will put one Magnus Lilia back into the lineup. And then down in the AHL, we'll take out... wow, Lander has sucked this year. We'll take out Anton Lander. I brought him in thinking, yeah, he'll be a good addition to this team. Nope. Nope. He's been pretty shit. And actually, since we know that they're going to lose, for their final few games, I might as well, again, just go back to the guys with the best potentials get to play. So I might as well do that really quick, just to have some players get that extra ice time. So we have medium elites, medium top 6, low elites, high top 9. We'll put the high top 9 guy up there. And we have the 2 low elites with the... yeah, we'll go with Judry. That's fine. It's fine, and we'll leave the lines exactly the same. But we'll go with that for now. Because, again, they are not making the playoffs. They are definitely missing the playoffs. So let me take a look at the standings here. Again, we are tied with Toronto. We have the lead. I'm sure we have a game at hand. Yeah, we do. 1 game at hand. 94 points each. By the way, Montreal, fuck you. You eliminate us from the last 2 goddamn postseasons, and now you're not even making the playoffs. And the Pittsburgh Penguins might not make the playoffs. 87 points. Actually, right now, as it stands, the Penguins... Oh, Jesus Christ. If the season were to end today, we'd have to play Pittsburgh in the first round. Oh, God. Well, here comes that anxiousness again. We have 9 games to go. Oh, boy. Let's do this. Let's do this. Holy shit, that's a really busy schedule to end the year, too. A really busy schedule. Can we survive this? Beat Montreal in overtime. We need as many points as we can get. We immediately lose to Tampa as I say that. Playing Colorado, we beat them at least. What? Just a ridiculous end to the season. So we gotta take care of the scouting yet again. Alright, OHL will go defenseman for 2 weeks. Let's take a look here. We lost to Ottawa. That's not great. We beat Montreal again, though. Suck it, Quebec. Alright, can we beat Buffalo? We can. We're on 48 wins. Let's take a look at the standings with 2 games to go. Alright, now we're behind Boston. The Bruins, who were outside looking in for most of the season, behind us in Toronto, as it stands, are currently in first place, and we'd have to play the Leafs in the first round. Alright. Let's take a look at the scenarios again here. So, flat out, we're even in point percentage, but they have the tiebreaker because of the extra win. So, it's going to be close, and the Penguins are in the playoffs, but if we win the division, we'd play Buffalo, as it stands. Okay. Alright, let's go. 2 games left. We are in the postseason yet again, as you would expect for a team of this caliber. But can we need to win out here to beat the Bruins. Against Columbus, we need to win to keep the Div titles hope alive, and we lost. That just handed the division title to the Bruins. Yep, there it is. The Bruins have officially won the division title, and as it stands, we wouldn't even have home ice advantage in the first round. As it stands, we are going to Toronto for round 1. We have just pissed away this Div title. Holy shit. Some really underperforming players this year. Can we beat the Rangers to maybe have home ice in the first round? No, but we can lose Harold Wall for a decent chunk of the first round. Holy hell, man. Alright, well, as far as who we're calling up, I mean, Malkin's the guy. I mean, he has to be. Damn it. Malkin or Kaminsky? I mean, Kaminsky's... I mean, they're both 3-star defense. It's got to be Malkin. It's got to be Malkin. Whew. Wow, we just pissed away that division title. I'm going to go best lines here because I'm going to have to change it all up for the offseason. I'm going to go best lines, too, down in the AHL because who gives a shit at this point. We lost to the Rangers, too. Oh, my God. Wow. We just threw away the division title. I fucking laughed at Boston and Toronto, and they both finished higher than us in the regular season. And again, we will be playing Toronto, and for the first time in a long time, we don't have home ice advantage heading into the postseason. For the first time in a very long time, 12 overtime losses. That's quite a few pity points for the Leafs, but it paid off for them. Wow. That is a very, very rough end to this season. Shit. Oh my God. Well, down in the AHL, people are saying check Dundas. I mean, he's an 82. He's not. I mean, he'll be our backup next year. But as far as progression, he started off as like a 57, so he's getting there. But it's very obvious Harold Van Katterson is still our goalie. He did have a .927 save percentage this year, so I don't exactly blame him. Joseph Wall had a .910, which isn't great, but he only played 18 games. So I'm not sure what the issue is. If I had to guess, our special teams was probably garbage, but the last time I assumed that, we actually ended up having one of the league's best, despite the, just the jumbled mess known as our power play. So again, we find ourselves in a really interesting spot. So let's look here. Needless to say, the Western Conference were dominant, the top 5 teams in the league. Goals for this year, wow, Jesus, where the hell are we? Well, that's the answer right there. Goals for, we are mid-table. That's the answer right there. That is the lowest goals for per game number that we have had in nearly a decade, probably, as far as this sim goes. When's the last time we were under a 3 for goals for per game? Like, we are mid-table as far as offense goes. That is a big part of the reason as to why we would have struggled. And goals against per game, as expected, the second lowest number. So despite having a 100 rated offense, our biggest problem this year was a lack of goal scoring. So we need to figure out that issue. But I'm confident defensively. But now, again, now that we're in the postseason and I can just do whatever I want with the lines and not have to worry about keeping people happy, or I do still have to worry about it, but I'm not going to bother, we should be able to solve that issue. Our power play was also kind of shit. So that's kind of what I expected. Our offense was a big issue this year. Our penalty kill was decent. Nearly a top 10, if not a top 10. I don't feel like counting. So our offense, and not to mention 5-5 heading into the postseason. 5-5 record heading into the postseason. So let's take a look at the goal scoring this year. Who underperformed? McDavid hit 70. which is fine. Tippett, 67, isn't terrible. Hronik with 65 points himself, 49 assists. Nico with 50. It's a bit lower than you would have hoped. But again, some of these guys didn't have that crucial power play time. So in a way, it was the downside to having a team set up like this, right? This was the downside, is knowing that our offensive lines, and especially our power play, wasn't going to be set up in an ideal way. The downside to that is we finished third in the division. But now that we're in the postseason and we can set up everything in that ideal manner, we should be fine. I say should be because you never know for sure. But I'd like to think we're going to be fine now that our power play unit is going to be set up, like I mentioned, in that ideal way. Boulerice, though, on the first line, only 46 points. Again, didn't have power play time, but some of these numbers, despite the lack of power play time for some of these guys, just isn't good enough. Just flat out isn't good enough. And Tiny Gray really didn't do a whole hell of a lot on the third line once we called him up. Of course, we know the goaltending was fine. 69 games for Harold Van Kadishin. Nice. 927 save percentage. And around the league, we might as well look while we are here. Goaltending-wise, Jared Biggs in St. Louis finished with the most wins. No surprise there. Jake Ottinger did a hell of a job in Vancouver. Drafted by the Canucks way back in the very first draft. Jukka Wirtanen for Buffalo. Pretty sure they made the playoffs, so glad to see he had a redemption year. Thatcher Demko was up there, but happy with Van Kadishin. Definitely happy with him. And we'll look around the league here. The goal-scoring leader was Eeli Tolvanen, 68 goals. And that's what we're up against in the first round. 68 goals. The top two in scoring this year. 79 assists for Matthews. Matthews and Marner, Matthews and Nylander, no. Matthews and Tolvanen. And I'm pretty sure we traded Tolvanen to Toronto, didn't we? Didn't we? We had him. He didn't do much for us. I think did we trade him back to Minnesota and then he got traded to Toronto? Something like that. Speaking though, William Nylander is up there. Is that Joey Wisniewski? Holy shit. Former defenseman Joey Wisniewski, 71 points in Calgary. What the hell? The fuck? The fuck? 91 offensive awareness, but how did he have more points than Sylvan? This game is fucked. That is insane. That is absolutely insane. Holy shit. So, we end this episode on a very strange note, but we are back in the postseason, and you have one of the best defenses in the league going up against the top 2 point getters, the top goal scorer, the top assist man in the NHL this season. Detroit and Toronto, a rivalry renewed in the next episode in the first round of the playoffs. We will set up the power play unit and everything else like that. We'll set up the lines. Probably off screen, but they'll be ready for the next episode. So again, for those on Twitch, for those that have joined me live, stick around. But for those watching this on YouTube after the fact, the road stops here. So again, regardless, I thank you very much for watching. If you're on YouTube, of course, make sure to leave a like. Follow me on Twitter at Toogie24. Of course, twitch.tv, Toogie24 as well. It's a universal name. You know where to find me at this point. Again, I thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next round in before Toronto wins in 3.